What's up, cycling fanatics?
Yes! Tom! Hey! Okay. What's up, guys? What's up, cycling fanatics? I'm in Los Angeles. It's Memorial Weekend. That means Memorial races. There's 2 races this weekend. I'm gonna race today and tomorrow. It's Sunday. I'm going out to the Barry Wolfe Criterium in Thousand Oaks. I'm being picked up by my team manager in 45 minutes from now, so let's go. I've got my bike all ready. I'm bringing this bag, the Velo racing bag from BLS. That stores my stuff very nicely. There's a pocket for my helmet right here. There's a separate pocket for my shoes. Here I've got some race food and some water. To be honest, I have no idea what kind of race this is. It's a criterium, 90 minutes. That's what I know. I'm not sure who the competition is, who's gonna show up to race. So we'll find out. I'm gonna go in blindfolded and just race. Really looking forward to it. Yes, I'm on a 9-hour time difference. So big jet lag. I arrived in LA yesterday. Went for a little spin to the beach. It was super crowded because of the Memorial Weekend thing. So there was like a big fair at Hermosa. Big band playing, whatever. Yeah, I woke up this morning at 3 o'clock with the jet lag. And now it's 11. The race starts at 2:45. So that's, for me, that's really late today. So we'll see what happens. I was gonna show you how to do the oatmeal with the coffee maker. Well, this is the coffee or tea maker. This is the oatmeal. It's kind of simple. You place the thing, switch it on. Oh, that's really important. Pour some water in the top, and then we wait. It's basically just a water cooker, so it's gonna put some boiling water inside, stir it up, done. Then you put the lid on the top and you wait for a couple minutes, and then it's done. I'm gonna add some banana and some almonds to make it nicer. It works, super duper tasty. So, just the regular coffee, the one with the most caffeine. Thank you. Okay guys, I just wanna put this guy in the vlog. This is Paul. This is true. Really, this is this is true. He's been helping me out for a long time.
Since he was a little baby.
Exactly. What do you want to say?
Good luck on your future endeavors in your bicycle adventures.
Good. I put you on the spot there. Huh?
During the race, there's a lot of people that are riding bikes with music, you know, like reggae or rap or whatever, and it'll help you to go faster because you'll be more in a more relaxed stage. You got to be in the zone. That's it. In order to go in the zone, a little bit of Bob Marley, you know, in Amsterdam, they know a lot about Bob Marley because
elbow bump.
See?
There it does. Here's the ride. What's up? It's been a while, eh?
Yeah,
nice car. You got the stickers and the stuff.
Yeah, it looks like a team car, huh?
Good job, man. What's up, man?
Dude, how you doing?
Good.
Welcome to town.
Okay, I grab my my bike.
Did you rent this?
No, it's my bike.
Which is very unusual, I feel like.
Yeah, you just national grid
It's cloudy.
It's not, it's raining.
58, cloudy. Look at that, sunny and 70 every day this week.
That's what I'm saying.
Seems like I'm taking the bad weather from the Netherlands into LA.
Is it still bad over there though?
It was okay this week. It was very nice actually, but
nice.
we've arrived. We're gonna figure out a place to put up the tent. Maybe here. Some other teams on this parking lot. Boom! We've got the tent, we've got the trainer, we've got... shit. So we've got a new team kit this year. It's not green anymore, it's red. So I've got a new jersey. It doesn't look red, but it's red, believe me. Check out what Wells did for me. He made a little red, white and blue stripes along the sleeves.
Explain why.
We have to explain why. Wells, why don't you explain?
Well, we usually do that when someone
wins the national championship. So we have 3 guys currently have the stripes on their sleeves and the collar. Jasper is one of those. The other 2 are Eric Geyer and Cody. Eric, collegiate national championships a couple years ago, and Cody's TT para champions.
So we've got a couple national champions on the team.
Yep.
But mine is a long time ago. Does it matter? No.
It counts.
Okay, good.
That goes forever. Once you're a champion, it lasts forever.
That's it.
It's good forever, yep.
Okay, so what we are referring to is the national, like when I got national champion in BMX racing, which is a different discipline, I don't know, but it's still pretty cool. A custom kit made for me. So this is the new STBC kit for this year. The only thing is, I put on some green bar tape last year to fit with the team jersey.
That's team color this
And now it's red. Now it's red. What? So green and red, I have to change my bar tape. Look, his wheels are red. That's cool. Okay, thank you. Okay, in the warm-up, crit is starting in about 30 minutes. I'm riding with Eric. We're in the race today with 4 riders. We've got Eric, Ruben, Matt, and me. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. The big guns are present today. And I mean, you know who I mean. We've got the Williams bros with their team, dominating every crit in the neighborhood, so we can see if we can put a little dent in that today. I'm not sure. What do you think?
Little showdown. We got this. We got it. We're ready to go.
Alright guys, rolling to the start of the race. This was my first race of the year in the United States. The last race I did was the state championship 2018, which ended up pretty good for me, and so it was a long time. It was almost a year that I haven't done a race in the US. And I finally got to fit one in my schedule, so I was excited to do some racing again in California. I'm going to show you the lap, take you through the first lap a little bit, and show you what we're dealing with. This is the Barry Wolfe Criterium, going through the first corner, very open and wide. This was the sharpest corner of the race, but it wasn't really sharp. This is sort of the second corner, which is almost not even a corner. Third corner, also very wide. You could pedal with like 50 kilometers an hour through this corner. And then here we're coming up to the last corner, which is also fairly wide. 55k an hour was no problem. You could go from the outside to the inside, keep pedaling. And then we would come up to the last straight where we have a little bit of a headwind. And on the other side of the track, we had a little bit of a tailwind. So this side was a little bit less fast. The other side was faster. The guys to watch for in this race were the guys in the black kit. You see Corey right now sticking his hand up. He's calling out to his teammates to get to the front, and straight away the troops arrive. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 riders rolling to the front of the race immediately. And all these riders are working together very well, and they've been pretty much dominating the whole criterium racing in South California, basically. Also winning the national criterium championship a couple of weeks ago, so they're doing very good. And I think they were with eight riders in this race today, so yeah, they were pretty much outnumbering and outpowering every other team which was present today. So these guys, the Legions of Los Angeles, were definitely the guys to watch for. We've got Justin in the national jersey right here, just in front of me. And then they had the points leader of this Omnium, Sean, also in the Stars and Stripes jersey right here on the right side. And they were protecting him and his place in the ranking. So I talked to them before this race, and that's what they sort of let me know. So I knew that they were going to race for Sean, and I knew that if either Sean or Justin would not be up in the breakaway, they would definitely be working hard to catch it back. And overall, it was not really a hard race. Right now, it looks like it's going really fast.
but we're coming off a tailwind, and you know, it's not that fast. My heart rate is not really high. I think the average speed was 45 kilometers an hour, which sounds high, but on a lap like this, when there's pretty much no braking at all, and it's wide open, you can go with full speed through all the corners. 45k average is not that fast. So yeah, it turned out to be quite easy. I wanted to, you know, take it easy a little bit because it was my first race. I had to see what the level was. I wanted to see how everybody was riding, and I really was acting like the sprinter of the team in this race. So my job was basically to stay fresh until the end of the race. We've got Matt, Eric, and Ruben who we're gonna chase breakaways, and they're gonna close gaps. And they actually did a great job today, which you're gonna see in this video. So halfway the race, sort of, we're 30 kilometers in, and I'm pretty much, you know, in the middle of the field. I wasn't too worried. Like I said, the speed was not that crazy, and yeah, I was just following and only using easy momentum to slide to the front. So if at any time I would just carry my speed and overtake 10-20 riders in a corner, or just like now when I was going a little bit faster than the rest, then I would do that. But for the rest, I would just stay in the back. It was not really a pack, it was a lot of stretched out riding. On one side it surprised me a little bit because, like I said, I didn't think it was that fast, but yeah. I was just staying protected pretty much all the time, keep my head down and try to draft as much as I could. So in a race like this, if you want to draft and if you want to stay fresh, you don't really need to be in the front because it's not surgery at all. There's no braking in the corners. You can be anywhere in the field except at the front to save energy. Doesn't matter if you're all the way in the back. The only disadvantage from being in the back is you don't really see what's going on. So sometimes I would just go to the front a little bit to still be able to know what's going on in the race. I went with a couple attacks during the race, but never like full commitment, always just following and not really pushing very hard because, yeah, like I said, I just wanted to stay fresh. And it sort of went like this for the entire race. I'm skipping through the race 50 kilometers in, and here I'm talking to Ruben on my left, Eric is on my right. I'm like, okay, this is probably going to be a sprint, and I want to stay on your wheel, try to keep me somewhat to the front, so in case we would have to go through the wind, then I could stay behind him, and he would sort of use his energy to keep me in the front, and I would just try to stay fresh for that sprint, because that's what we're sort of aiming at. It was pretty obvious that it was going to go in a sprint. We're over an hour in the race. There's been no successful attacks, and right now on the right side you can see the complete Legion of LA team riding to the front. They're getting organized, and this was really the moment where it was like 100% sure this was going to end up in a big lead-out train from these guys, and everybody's going to stay on their wheel, sort of, because that's what's happening with every race. So I wanted to stay in a good position, but also stay safe. And since everybody's trying to get on the last wheel of their train, it can get a bit hectic, it can get a bit busy. So I had Ruben and Eric and Matt sort of to, well, not really make our own train a little bit. We would just try to stay in the pack and maybe next to the pack to stay somewhat up the field and stay close to their train. So right now we've got like 7k to go. It's getting more busy. All the Legion riders are in the front, having their own party in the sprint train. I've got Eric and Ruben in front of me who are keeping me in the front, which is really nice. Instead of being in the hectic pack on the right side that you can see, I was happy to stay on their wheel and still be riding close to the front. The sprint train has a couple riders in the front, and then you'll see the two Stars and Stripes jerseys and then there's another rider behind it, which is the sweeper. He's gonna make sure that no one's gonna get on the wheel of Justin, which is probably the dedicated sprinter. And I was expecting him to leave a gap coming out of that last corner. So my plan was to use Ruben to pull me to the front and just overtake that last guy in their sprint train coming through that last corner, so I could, you know, get in that gap and still draft in their sprint and at least, you know, ride up with them towards the finish. So that was sort of my plan, and now we're gonna see if that's gonna work out. We are about 3 laps to go, 3.5 laps to go right now, and you can see the speed is, it wasn't really fast. Actually, the speed died down a bit once the sprint train was formed and everybody just bunched up behind that sprint train. You don't really see anyone like pushing out a big attack. The only thing that would happen is, you know, the sprint train would start going a little bit faster and they would overtake the rest of the guys. So 3 laps to go right now, and it's getting busy, almost flying out of the course right here, dodging some cones, getting back on Ruben's wheel, and staying in the front. You can see that's a very long sprint train. I think they've got 8 riders or 7 riders all in line, and the last 3 riders are CJ, which is the last one. He's a sweeper, and then we've got Justin and Sean, which is the points leader. So those guys are probably the most important ones, and the other guys that are in front are making the pace right now. So like I said, we're on a tailwind, but we're only doing 47k an hour, 48, so that's not super fast yet, and we're already in 3 laps to go. So the hard thing is that everybody sort of is able to keep up, and nobody really wanted to overtake the sprint train. So it got very busy and very bunched up at the end of the train, which you can't really see because it's happening sort of next to me and behind me, but it was hectic. I still have 2 riders of my team present right here. I think Matt is behind me, so he was still there as well, and it's just a matter of staying up there and then try to complete my plan as I just described. So I wanted to jump just around that sweeper's wheel coming into the last corner or just out of the last corner, and then pull a sprint and see how far I would get. So right now we're still in 2 to go, and Ruben's sticking his nose in the wind for me, which is awesome. I don't have to push out crazy power numbers to still keep up in the front of the race. And as you can see, it's getting more busy and busy in this last section of this race. And now we're gonna go into the last lap. As we cross start finish, it will be the last lap. I'm still a little bit far back, but it looks like I'm far back because of that sprint train is crazy long. It's 7 riders long, so even to overtake 7 riders would be a big challenge. So that's kind of what's very hard about these to race against a big sprint train like this. How are you gonna do this? Well, have a teammate who places you in a good position where you want to be. If you don't have the numbers to set up your own sprint train, which nobody had on this day. So I just had Ruben, who is right now the only one left in front of me, and he's still pushing hard, and this is where he was done. He was letting a gap. I'm like, hey man, are you still okay? He's like, no, I'm done. So I closed this gap to him. I knew now I was by myself and I had to get into position, which I wasn't yet. I needed to overtake a few riders, which was going fairly easy right now. And right here, I wanted to get on a wheel. Now, this guy is pretty big, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be in his wheel, which is a nice draft, but I'm pushing with the rider next to me. You can't see it on my footage, but we are like shoulder to shoulder. Right here you can see his handlebar, and we are pushing each other to stay in position. Brian in front of me, he's doing this weird left and right flicks, which I find more dangerous than actually they make sense. He does it to get people off his wheel, but I think it's dangerous. Right now I push a little bit harder to overtake Brian, and CJ. CJ is right here, he's the sweeper of the team, and I make the mistake to go on the outside because now I get blocked on the outside. I start sprinting, I see the first guys of the team go to the left, and instantly I sort of steer to the left, which puts me straight into the wind right now. So I'm pushing out my sprint into the wind, and my power just dies very fast, and I get overtaken on the left, on the right. So I totally misplaced my sprint. Too bad. I should have taken that corner on the inside, which would have put me in a way better position, because then I would actually have done exactly what I was planning to do. I would get right there in the wheel of the sprinters, and I got surprised by the first two riders of the train going to the left and sitting up, and I saw them going to the left, and I reacted by, you know, going straight and follow their wheel, but they sat up. So it was a stupid mistake, and it all goes very fast. So it's hard to make decisions when you don't really have time to think.
Oh yeah, that's me. It's 27. I can read it from here. What did I get?
You got 11.
Yeah. Okay, that's decent.
Now, Jasper, make sure that it gets in your video, huh?
I will. Thank you very much for the organization. I enjoyed today.
Well, talk to the promoter.
You know, didn't you recently have a baby? Because that last. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And thanks for being here again, man. I'm going to be racing tomorrow as well. So
fantastic. I can't wait to see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow again.
You got it, man.
Crit is done. You did a good job, man. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Wells, what do you think?
We did an excellent job.
We did pretty good, huh?
Yeah. Everybody was up there.
I think so too.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's it.
Doesn't always work, but sometimes.
Hey, hey, we have another day tomorrow.
Yes.
Another day, another shot. Everybody's gonna be there. So, yeah, stay tuned. Seems like we're getting done just in time because it's starting to rain.
Don't let go. California, right? Super warm.
What's this, man?
California.
Bring the rain from the Netherlands all the way to Cali. Not good. Well, we started with rain and we ending with rain, but we raced in dry, so that's good. I like the gear on roof thing. Yeah, it's a reminder.
Yeah, you know, I haven't crashed into twice into my carport.
No.
Yeah.
You've done that?
Yeah, twice.
We're starting with some nachos and chicken for recovery. This is real recovery. Yeah, loaded up. We've got some vegan veggies and some chicken. Thanks.
See you tomorrow. Kill it. Get some rest.
See you tomorrow.
Can't wait.
Thanks for the ride. Sleep well. It's 8:30 local time, which means it's 5:30 in the morning in Amsterdam, so it's time to go to sleep. Another race tomorrow, another chance tomorrow.